Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. Welcome to the Season of Self-Love, your daily dose of inspiration and growth. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and my beautiful people, what a week it has been. We journeyed through elevation, paradigm shifts, and sustainable growth together. From our powerful conversation with Kevin Palomari to deepen our understanding of Bob Proctor wisdom and paradigm shifts, we covered so much ground, as well as celebrating our 200th episode here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. But today, we're bringing it all together to create what I call your elevation blueprint. But first, let's take a quick break, and then when we return, we're going to get into this topic, all right? It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and I'll be right back. Hey, it's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, and make sure you tune in every Thursday night to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about everything from love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more. We're bridging the gap between them all, and we even talk about spiritual uplifting. You need to stop by me and Dr. Mike, as well as the BTG group. We have some amazing guests that come through. You never know. Just make sure you tune in Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to xnyomi.com and tell them Nyomi sent you. All right, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am so ready for this. So ready for this. Again, this is our 200th episode, and I'm so truly excited for it. Again, we're going to be talking about elevation blueprint, but first, before we do this, let's center ourselves, all right? One last time this week for our daily meditation. I want you to find a nice sacred space and close your eyes if you feel comfortable to, and take a deep breath in, centering your breath. Now, as you breathe, I want you to feel the wisdom of this week settling into your being. The insights about elevation. The understandings about paradigm. The power about sustainable action. Now feel how far you've come. Feel your readiness for what's ahead. Feel your commitment to growth. Now one final deep breath in, bringing all the pieces together. And now you're ready to rise into your new level. All right, you may open your eyes. All right, my beautiful people, if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, it's something that we do every day, Monday through Friday. It's just help ground us, before we get into the topic at hand. All right, so first of all, I want to take a moment just to appreciate our journey this week. We started with understanding what elevation truly means. And Kevin shared on how a powerful story on external success versus internal fulfillment, right? And we explore creating environments that support our growth. And yesterday, we combined Bob Proctor's paradigm work with actionable steps, as well as the celebration of our 200th episode. We used it as an example on how we created those actionable steps to make it to that 200th episode, correct? So you know what I love? How everything connected. Kevin told us that progress is invisible day to day, right? It's invisible day to day. But we saw what we witnessed yesterday, that when we see things year by year, or how grand it can be. And how Bob Proctor taught us that paradigm shifts happen through consistent and repeated action. And it's all about trusting in the process. So on that day last year, when I sat in front of my altar and I was told, you need to do this on a daily basis. And subconsciously, I questioned it. But I kept going. I kept going. And 200 episodes later, I was sitting on this platform and I was speaking. And I was able to interview people like Kevin Palomari, a young man who has helped thousands of people become millionaires, help them to create their own businesses. That's what I love to be a part of, So let's talk about the elevation blueprint. Let's talk about that. Let's create your personal elevation blueprint. And this combines everything that we learned this week, all right? First, let's talk about foundation layer, about paradigm awareness, understanding what your current paradigm is that you identified this week. And then you desire elevation paradigms in your daily paradigm shift practice. So we talked about this week, and that was a part of the practices that I've given at the end of the episodes, So be aware of your current paradigms. I want you to identify it, what it was this week. And then what's your desired elevation of your paradigm. And then your daily paradigm shift practice. And then next, number 2, your environment layer, your support structure, your physical space adjustment. Also, your relationship circle audit. We talked about that on Monday. And I think we talked about that a little bit on Wednesday as well, about understanding who those people are around you. Are they a part of your elevation? Are they helping you with your elevation? Are they in tune and in line with your elevation? Or are they holding you back? And in your digital space cleanup, what does that look like? What are you seeing on your social media feeds? Are those holding you back? And then number 3, your action layers, power steps, your morning power hour. What does that look like? Your daily elevation checklist, your evening integration practice, all of those things. This is where you create your blueprint of things. All right, so now let's talk about how maintaining that momentum. So remember what Kevin said about digging one's deep hole instead of meaning shallow ones. And so let's apply that wisdom. Here's your momentum framework, all right? Weekly check-ins, Sunday evening paradigm review with environment assessments and action steps evaluations. And then next, I want you to think about doing it on a monthly integration. Do celebrate progress. Remember, year to year is possible to miss, so do it on a monthly. Adjust your practices as needed and set new elevation targets. And 3, continuous growth. I want you to keep studying, like our 10-day challenge with Bob Proctor, and stay connected with growth-minded people. Trust the compound effects of small actions. Trust them. Trust them when I tell you that I am a living testimony of it. It works. It works. It truly works. And before we close this powerful week, I want you to just make a commitment to yourself. I want you to take out a journal. Take your journal out, and I want you to write down these things. One paradigm that you're ready to shift. Number 2, one environment change that you'll maintain. And number 3, one power step that you'll take daily. I want you to remember what Bob Proctor has taught us. When you make a decision, really make a decision. And let this be your moment of decision for elevation. Family, this week I'm going to take one of the most amazing trips of my life. One of the amazing trips of my life I'm taking this weekend, and I'm going to share that journey with you on Monday. And I honestly think I probably would not have taken this trip if not I hadn't read that book. Because I had to truly make the decision and take actionable choices. I can't keep saying that I want to elevate, that I want things to change if I don't truly do them. So in our 10-day challenge, one of the challenges, or one of the exercise was to do something new, do something different, do something that'll be to elevate you, whether it's in your business, your personal, but to do it. And right after that, I was actively doing it. Every other day, I was doing something different. I was putting myself in different spaces to make sure that I was putting myself into where I was truly elevating where I wanted to go, where I felt I was to be. So when I wrote down in my gratitude book, I am so happy and grateful that now I am. So if I've already got my mind set, but not only that, but I'm also doing it in actionable. So I'm no longer just sitting in my studio doing the research, writing down the notes, giving, this. Now I'm outside. Now I'm outside. And so, my beautiful people, if anything this weekend, celebrate you. Celebrate you that you've taken the chance, or better yet, that you made the decision first that I want to change, that I want to elevate, that I just want better for myself and my family, that I want to know the best version of me. I want to know who I am, regardless of anyone else, that I am truly in control of who I am and what I represent in life. Celebrate that. Honestly, celebrate that. All right, family. What a week it has been. And again, I want to thank you for just showing up for yourself, for doing the work, for being willing to grow. And next week, we will continue our elevation journey with new insights. And so, when I tell you we have some powerful conversations next week, oh my God, we have some powerful conversations next week with 2 amazing guests that are coming on. I am so excited when I tell you that we are ending this year like bam. We're ending this year like bam. But we are, and I'm telling you, I am so excited. I am so happy for everyone that is listening to this podcast, whether you've been here from day one or you just new coming in. This journey has been amazing. It will continue to be amazing. And if you are comfortable enough to share your story from the beginning to even now with me, please do. Please email me at elevateme999 at Season of Self-Love. I forgot we got one new one. Season of Self-Love podcast. So just go to the website. I mean, it's down there. Just go to the website. I'm sorry. I don't know this stuff by heart, but go there. Go there. All right. So until then, I want you to remember that you are so worthy. You are so worthy of every level of elevation that you desire. This is your girl, the goddess Nyomi Banks here, and you are listening to the Season of Self-Love. All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer.